one question. Namaste, Khushali. Okay. Yeah. So any questions from the previous session? Let's start from there and then we can move on to today's topic. Question, doubt? कुछ भी नहीं, all good, all okay, सब समझ में आ रहा है? Okay, so सब समझ में आ रहा है, right? So one of the participants, okay, in general ऐसे कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हम जब भी कोई हीलिंग कर रहे होते हैं because we feel that we are working with the energy, so we start looking for signs of things that are going bad at that point of time. It's a tendency, and then there is a fear: is it happening because of that, or why it is happening? So that is the tendency. Like I said, from the victim state moving to the conscious creator, it takes time, and most of the time it is easy to stay in the victim state because obviously then you can blame people, situations for whatever is happening in your life. It takes a lot of guts to to say that I'm creating everything around me, or even to believe in this philosophy. It's a sign of a very mature soul. So it would be that at times, you would be in the victim state, and would want to blame others for things that are happening in your life, or probably, looking for things that are going wrong. So like I said, what you focus on expands. If you're looking for things that are going not so good, you will see more of it. And your mind has a tendency to link things, to link events, and show you the picture that is your dominant state. So when you are seeing such thing happening around you, probably you'll get to know that this is my dominant vibration and I will need to work on it. Okay, so it's just a thought that came from somebody's question today, and I think probably this is needed for all of us to understand that kuch bhi agar wrong ho raha hai, it is not because you're going through a healing. It is because you are a match to that vibration, and that is what you're seeing all around yourself. Okay. और कई बार हमारे पास required entitlement नहीं होता in order to go through that situation or evolve through that situation. तो हमें वो stuck वाला feeling आ जाता है that we are stuck in this situation or it is not getting resolved. So keep working on creating the entitlement for any situation that you're going through. Like for example, I've many a time shared about my relationship, or even lately it was my father's health. So it happens, right? Okay, आप बहुत कुछ कर रहे होते हैं but nothing is working out, and then you will have to leave the situation as it is and focus on doing the good that you can create or generating good karma to have sufficient karmic bank balance to go through or to heal any situation. Okay. So okay, today we'll do that process. So day 5, no, today is day 6. Day 5, day 6. I don't know about it. 6th, yeah, day 6, no? Day 6. So day 6. Today's topic is about, it is connected with the past, most of the time, the hurt, the pain, they first को start किया था, day 6 होगा आज. So most of the time when we are when we think about the pain and hurt that we've gone through, it is a memory, you know. It's not connected with your present. हमेशा, most of the time, जो क्योंकि जब उस टाइम कोई चीज होती है तो कई बार you don't understand how grave it is and your mind is not able to process that situation then and there. So it is like most of the time कि आप अगर लड़ाई झगड़ा भी हो तो in the heat of the moment you will say things or things will happen and then you will go back and resent over it in your memory, right? So this is what creates sadness, hurt, or pain. It is the tendency, or our ability to live the memories as if those things are happening in the present moment. So जब भी मैं आप लोगों के साथ ही cleansing कराती हूँ, where we are doing this whiteboard technique, when we are doing this cleansing technique, it is all about releasing those memories from your conscious and subconscious mind. But again, the mind has a tendency to go back and access those files whenever it sees a similar situation. Because jodna is the ability of the mind to connect the dots. Your mind will always try to connect the dots. So how will it do it? It will go back to the memories, the files that are still stored and hidden in your memory. And it'll start accessing, अच्छा किसी ने मुझे ऐसा ऐसा बोला, ये कब कब बोला गया था, किस टोन में बोला गया था, अगर ऐसा बोला गया था तो इसका मतलब ऐसा हुआ था. And then again, your energy, your aura plays an important part when it comes to comprehending a situation. Because the glasses that you wear or the aura, the quality of your aura is also responsible for perception of a situation and comprehension of that situation, right? So if your aura was full of negativity at that point of time, you will view that that particular situation from that perspective. So most of the times you are living in memories and you are feeling the pain because of a perspective. And ये जो negative perspective होते हैं, that is coming from a victim mentality. That is coming from a place where you feel that you are not good enough, or you cannot do anything about your situation. You are helpless, right? But when you are all powerful, the game changes. That is where, like, when we moved from the victim to the creation state, and at that point you are able to identify with the being of love, light, and power that you are. You're able to project a situation wherein you are successful, you are doing better, because at that point of time you are believing that you are creating your life, right? So ये जो दो state हैं, you will have to constantly analyze when you switch from one to the other. Any questions? One second. All good. No questions? Yeah, Sunita.
Yeah. So how this works in case of self? For others, okay, they are saying something or doing something, or
You are also a projection. You are also a projection of yourself.
okay.
When I was young, I used to see my pictures और मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि ये मैं नहीं हूँ, क्योंकि मैं जैसे अपने आप को देखती थी वो different है as compared to the way the camera sees me. Okay, it's funny, but when I was young, I used to feel like this. And I used to dream, like if I close my eyes and if I see myself I look different to me as compared to the photo that I see at times. मतलब ये मेरे younger days में था. अभी तो like because I've seen so much of myself, I identify with this person and see on camera. Earlier, I didn't used to. So you are also projecting an image of yourself.
Okay.
Eyes, right?
It's like suppose the world is seeing me like a what else? Dog, but I'm seeing myself like a small thing.
Or maybe I'm seeing myself as a lion and the world is seeing me as a...
As a sick. Okay. Both ways.
Right? So what your perception है, that like you said, you said the opposite of what I used to see. Now that is also an understanding अंदर से ना.
Now why I'm saying is, see, okay, when I work, my now role is delivery manager, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I feel myself somewhere maybe my team want me to play a more powerful character. But maybe sometimes I'm seeing that I don't have this power. How I'll talk, I cannot say this thing or that thing. That's why
Right. So the way we see ourselves, हमने अपने बारे में भी जो राय बनाई है, that could be based on people whom we trust, the way they have projected us, and we buy into their projection. Yeah. So when you are with people who are low vibrational, they create a low vibrational projection of you. But then you start growing, evolving, and moving to places where probably the vibration is high, and people start, perceiving you and projecting you in a better light. But you believe these people who are with you. So you still see yourself through their perceptions, rather than readily accepting the perceptions of the people who are seeing you as a delivery manager. You are there because you deserved it. Yeah. So many a times, it happens with everyone. Yesterday, I was seeing an interview of Shah Rukh Khan with David Letterman. It is there on Netflix. So he was like talking about his journey. When a person becomes super successful at times, he doesn't identify with the person that he has become in that journey. Because wo jahan se aaye the, probably, they were not that rich, they did not have those means. And to reach to a point where 3.8 billion people are adoring you, sometimes it is unbelievable that what they see in you. So this is there in every level. I feel most of the time people go through this perception, because even your projection, what you are, is a projection of your beliefs about yourself, or the beliefs that your parents have instilled in you, or in your early childhood, how you've been treated. All of that adds to how you see yourself. See, if for example, in India, we talk a lot about the skin color. If you were born in a house where the skin color was never talked about, you would have never thought of yourself in that way, right? कभी वो चीज एक्सपीरियंस ही नहीं की होगी. पर फिर अगर आप एकदम से ऐसी जगह जाते हैं जहाँ पे like modeling industry, or in a film industry, where all of these things have a lot of significance, it can create a lot of low self-esteem. So this is I saw Priyanka Chopra's interview, and when she was talking about herself, again the parents treated them in a way that she was like perfect. When she came in the industry, she had to go through a lot of rejection, and now all of this can do two things to you. She never believed in that. She never believed in the narrative that was given, that you should be paid less, or you don't look as good, or you're not competent enough. If you start buying into the narrative that other people are putting, then probably you'll start doubting yourself. But then if you don't believe in it, you'll start bringing out that side of you which believes in you. And then because you are projecting that out more than what they are projecting at you, your projection will win. And then people will start talking your narrative. So now when people talk about Priyanka Chopra, it's in a different frame altogether because of what she's achieved compared to the celebrities probably who were better looking, or according to the normal standards. So this narrative is also something that is going in your mind about yourself, about your life. It's constantly there. So whose projection is stronger, yours or the world? That will decide on what you are becoming. And with character building, like yesterday I was talking about character building or purification, or your connection with your higher self, or increasing your, or stepping up your energy. All of that is actually adding to your light, is adding to the positive projection that, or impact that you can create through your presence. So in my relationship, when I started off, see, in my house, I was the eldest, and I was like pretty good in what I was doing. So my dad always, considered me as a trophy in the family. When I got married, and there was no working woman in the house, this was never appreciated. My being an engineer or an MBA or doing the job, that it was never appreciated. So I could have either bought to their ideas that, because they are fully rich people, and, what I earn. At times we used to hear something like, whatever you earn, that is what we pay our house helps. All of that also has happened. So you can either buy that narrative, or you can go that, all of this will become. So these are the things that initially happen. But because I considered myself to be like the trophy of my dad, and I treated myself like that, sooner or later, I managed to walk that path and show my worth, or live my worth. Showing to is a different thing, but living your worth, and then people start acknowledging, because you are treating yourself like that. The way I treat, other people will have to treat me that way. Right? And then you make your path. So this is with everyone. You all have that opportunity to either give in to the narrative that probably your family is projecting, your in-laws are projecting, your office people are projecting. All of that is, is constantly there. It'll keep happening. But what you consider yourself to be inside, or your own projection, is going to decide how far you can go, what you can do in your life. जब आप मुसीबत में होते तो हर आदमी आपको एडवाइस देता, राइट? तो उस टाइम बहुत सारी एडवाइस मिलती है whenever you are in a mess in your life. But then either you take that advice and you just say, this is a phase and I will just go through it and become the best of who I am, and I believe you can do that. So it's interesting. So for self, though, it's like, over a period of time, you will understand ki ho kya raha hai. It's like a, everything is like a game that you have to play. And like I said, yesterday was Saraswati Puja, you need wisdom for creation. Creation hota rahega, but if you are foolish, you will start creating things that you will not like in your life. But the more wise you become, you will start creating people and situations in your life which are going to help you. तो वो wisdom रखना है, and that wisdom only happens when you are in the creator space, when you are, you know, creating your reality and not in the victim state, because victim state में रह के आप कुछ भी अच्छा create नहीं कर पाएंगे. Questions? I hope I've not confused you guys. Questions, please. एक्चुअली बात करने में पता चलता है कि अब हम सोच क्या रहे हैं. But Sumita, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, this is so important in any field that you are, whether you're a man or a woman. It is so important for you to understand how you see yourself.
What I understood that what is the story I am telling to myself.
Yeah. And you know what you believe. I feel, you know, you can tell a different story all the time, but कितना believe करते हो story में, वो भी बहुत matter करता है. You know, like there can be an incident, but every time you can tell a different story. But how convinced are you with that story will determine the impact it creates on you and on others. The stories that you keep telling but you don't believe in will not have any impact on you or on others. So your belief system is what is super important. And मतलब इसमें भी आप इधर उधर होगे. It's not that, you know, after this you just, you know, just climb all the success ladder. बीच बीच में ऐसे, you know, you'll come down, you'll go up. But you know, it's a habit that you have to keep practicing, right? So perception plays a very important game when it comes to, you know, in relationships, you know, how you perceive yourself and how you perceive the other person. And again, it has to be constructive. It has to add value. Your perception of yourself and others should add value to your life. That is where you can move forward. So agar perceptions are, you know, again, the victim mentality wale perceptions, again, will drag you in your life. They will not allow you to move fast. So take what is, you know, believe in something that is important to you. Yeah. Lot of things.
Another question, I don't know. How to get accurate perception?
Accurate perception and correct expression. See, this is a practice, you know, and what we are doing in the morning and evening thing, ki subah positive qualities bolo and sham ko you are erasing anything negative that you've said or done. When you make that kind of a habit and then replace it with something positive, this will help you to see things in better light. See, if you are able to see your own shortcomings, that is what will help you to see things more clearly. कल हम क्या बोल रहे थे, जब हम कोई mistake करते हैं, you know, Master Chor का video में बताया, when normal people or people who are young souls, when they make mistake, they suffer amnesia, वो भूल जाते हैं. That is the mind's tendency to avoid pain, right? But if you are constantly telling your mind, if I do something wrong, I need to remember and I will erase. I will see and I will erase. What you're doing is you are activating that seeing or your perception. You know, when you're able to see your own shortcomings, you are actually activating the accurate perception. दूसरों से ज़्यादा मतलब it is important for you, and that is why this exercise will help in accurate perception. So inner resolution, inner reflection and firm resolution is the key to accurate perception and correct expression. Also, having that love and compassion helps you to express yourself better. So like Masajo was saying, if you're very willful, you can be harsh. So your love aspect also has to be activated. So when you're seeing things clearly, but you are harsh and you're not able to express it properly, again, people will not improve with that kind of expression. Right? So you will have to balance your, again, all these things with a compassionate and forgiving heart, a loving heart. Right? So to see, again, inner reflection is very, very important. And the pink energy exercise that we are doing will help you to express yourself better to people and also to yourself. Right? So which perception is better for you? The one that has been created by your team, right? About yourself. Or, the expectation that the team has from you. Obviously, that is going to help you in the long term in your life to evolve as a person, as a leader, as a manager, right? So believe in that narrative. Start working towards that narrative, whatever are your fears. Your fears, yeah, you start living up to your fears. That's what we were discussing in one of these sessions. कि हमारे जो fears होते हैं, like we start becoming those, the opposite quality. So for example, if a person says, I'm not good at communication or I don't trust people, then I'll start becoming more trustworthy. So that is how a soul grows. So if you know that the narrative that these people are putting, I will have to work towards it. Rather than proving myself wrong to them and believing in the perceptions that people have had for me or I have for myself, which is weakening. Right? So these perceptions are so important, and these perceptions are like filters that you use in order to perceive yourself and the others. Right? So again, saying that it is so important to do that erasing and projection exercise, because whatever negativity that you have for yourself and for others, it needs to be resolved, because your perceptions have to improve. What you focus on expand. What you are constantly worrying for will happen. So worry for better, worry for good. Right? Because you would want to manifest that. So like people say, worry for being nominated for maybe some award, worry for writing a book, worry for doing something more as compared to, fail or not making it or not doing it. So find better quality problems in life so that you are able to work up to them. You're able to evolve to solve those problems. Right? Agree. दो सुब्रत पांडा दिख रहे हैं मुझे. I don't know. कौन हो? कोई तो बताओ. Which one is Subrat and which one is somebody else? That is such a nice thing to say. Kushali says that negative कुछ भी आता है तो 2-3 minutes में, because of your session, it just fizzles out. So these are potent exercises. If you keep doing, it'll, the kind of person that you become in the healing journey is something that you might not understand abhi, but over a long period of time, it is going to improve you a lot. Yeah. और कोई question? नहीं? ठीक है. Then we'll start. One second, I have some water. And the other thing that I keep telling people is comparison is the thief of all joy. So stop comparing the journeys of other people with you. Create your own journey, and be happy with it. मुझे खांसी आ रही है, कल मैंने नींबू का अचार खा लिया है. ठीक है, तो should we move? इतना कोई summarize करेगा? Can somebody summarize for the people who joined late? What did we discuss? Sumita, you do. Summarize.
Blank.
Okay, we start from perceptions.
The perception what other people have about myself, or what perception I have about myself, whichever is stronger, that will manifest. And then we always have to think constructive, means not from the place of victim, but from the place of creativity.
Yeah.
And then, okay, well, another thing that if you are worrying, I worry about some good quality problem, then worry about the bad thing.
Yeah. Anybody wants to add to what Sumita said? So we started from कि हमारी life में जो भी problems हैं, probably all of them are memories. It is very difficult for us to feel the pain and hurt, at the same time. जब कोई लड़ाई हो रही है, जब कोई moment है ऐसा, उस समय we are too involved or busy in reciprocating. So हम बहुत कुछ feel नहीं कर पाते at that moment. But most of the time we'll reflect and feel bad. So any hurt, any resentment happens because of living that memory in our mind. Yeah, Sumita.
That. So the pain is always in the past.
Yeah, the pain is always in the past. And all of this happens because we choose to live in the past. ये जो भी victim mentality है, all of this happens in the past. Present में you are all very capable. We are in the present, so we can say 4 things, or we have heard also. It doesn't matter, because at that moment we are, in the fight, in the heat of the moment, right? So the past plays a big role, or living in the memories plays a big role when it comes to any kind of relationship issue that you are having. See, I would have done like thousands of one-on-one on relationship in last 8 years. And whenever I talk to people about kya hua, or tell me your story. Now that story, when they'll replay, they say it as if it is happening now. The pain, the hurt, 15 साल की dysfunctional marriages, but all that pain and hurt, is happening as if it is happening now. Even some of the things I said now is so fresh in my memory. When I say it, I feel as if I'm there. So your tendency to live in the past is also responsible for the pain and suffering that you are going through now. You will have to cut or shorten that period that you spend in past. Because the more you spend your time in the past, you're missing out on your now. Right? You miss out on your now. So abhi mere paas time hai to create something new. But the moment I start thinking about yaar acha wo ho gaya tha, aisa ho gaya tha, that now slips from your hand. Right? So when you're doing the inner reflection exercise at night, also erase your tendencies to live in the past and feel that pain, feel that suffering again and again, like a movie. Okay?
Sargam, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
What you're saying, if this is with our partner, like they are in the memory and they are not in the present, can we erase that?
You can erase that memory.
Yeah, that memory only.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with this technique, today we'll do it. Like I'm just telling you that this inner reflection that we are doing for ourselves, we can also do for events that have hurt us in the past. And we can, do the same exercise. Yeah. I'm talking about the past because cord cutting is also part of that. I'm not missing it out. Don't worry. Right? So past plays a big role when it comes to, the suffering in your relationships that you're going through right now. Even for people who are not able to find the right partner, it is because there are a lot of fears associated with probably their own fathers. Again, it connects to the inner child. So, but abhi hum inner child ki baat nahi karenge. It's more, let's focus on how you process your experiences in the past. So the painful, hurtful memories, like most of the women who are having an issue with their partner, if they go back and see, sometimes it comes from maybe abusive father. Maybe they did not get the same kind of love from their father, and they have those fears and insecurities when it comes to the father figure or the man figure in their life, and it gets mirrored, or it gets manifested in their marriage or in the partner that they are currently with. So this is also possible, right? Your memories, the more time you spend in your past, you bring out those instances or events or types of people in your present, right? Because that becomes your point of attraction. So the timeline of events in your life, you can go to any timeline and be a vibrationally matched to it and create. And you have been doing that. You have been accessing your past, becoming a vibrational match to that past, and then creating an event in your life that you resent. Do you get it? No?
Like a cycle. So it's
Yeah.
happening. We are living in the past, then it will happen again.
Because when a situation gets resolved, its memory automatically erases. The mind has the tendency to store painful memories more as compared to happy memories. मैं आपसे कहूँ वो सारे इंस्टेंस याद करो जब बहुत पेन और हर्ट था, you'll have tens and thousands of instances. ऐसे write down when you were happy, you know, 4-5 भी निकल के नहीं आएगा. What makes you happy? It's like a shortest list I've ever seen. But if you have to write down when I was sad, you just keep writing. ये भी हुआ, वो भी हुआ, and you can go on and on and on and describing in details. ये हुआ तब ऐसे देखा, वो वैसे देख रहा था, you know. उसका मुंह इस तरह का था, उसकी आंखें ऐसी थी. You can get into details like, you know, you mastered that moment by visiting again and again and again. You know exactly where that person was standing. You know exactly what his intention was, what that person was wearing. All of that is so vivid in the memory. Agree? Have you been there? I have been there. Right? So every time you go back to that memory, what happens to your energy? It becomes a vibrational match to that situation. आप जितना ज़्यादा टाइम उस मेमोरी में स्पेंड करते हो, you are in a lower vibrational state, and then what happens? Again, you create it. Because although it happened in the past, you are in the present, but in the vibration of the past. So now your point of attraction becomes that low vibration. And then the cycle repeats, and then the cycle repeats. Right? You get it? This is how you are creating a, you know, when we talk about patterns, this is how patterns are created. So you know, in one of these healings, I came across a girl who had gone through a childhood abuse by her own father. Right? Now, whenever she was meeting a man, she used to go down to that memory. And she used to get abused in the relationship again and again and again. It was like a pattern. And she was so scared of men. She had a phobia of men after that, phobia of relationship. And when we did the inner child healing on her, she could see how she was creating those instances in her life unknowingly and going through so much pain and suffering. Right? So this one exercise that we are doing at night it can be used in so many ways. So today, you know, I would want you to again think about the person that you want to heal your relationship with. If it's you, again, you know, think about all the not so good times that you've hurt yourself or been in a lower vibrational state because of things that you've said or felt. And then we'll cut cords. I'll tell you how to cut cords. We'll do that exercise, and we'll also do this whiteboard exercise. Okay, ready? Like, you guys are clear. So that's what I want to make sure you guys understand. Living in the past, you know, will not let you move with the speed that you are wanting to move through a situation. And it will create patterns, cycles. Got it? How many of you have seen cycles or patterns in your life? In your relationship, pattern देखा है कि अगर इस बात से लड़ाई हुई, वो लड़ाई फिर अगेन जाएगी, फिर वो फिर शायद उसी तरह की लड़ाई फिर हो, फिर उसी तरह की लड़ाई फिर हो, right? Yeah, most of you are saying Mimi. Thank you. So now you know how you're creating it, right? So you're like so powerful, guys. You guys are manifesting the wrong thing so quickly in your life. right? So ye change karna hai. You have to change this to creating positive situations and positive instances in your life. You know, so if you start living in the memories of when you've done like really well in your life and you were your best, it will manifest, right? And that's how the vision boards work. People lose weight, people you know, do so many things using those kind of vision boards. Going in the past, शादी से पहले मैं इतने weight की थी, or you know, after marriage I was like that, but after 2 kids, you know, I became so fat. So we tell them, you know, find the ideal weight that you were during that time, take that picture and start, you know, living in that memory. Slowly and gradually your body will create that again. Okay, चले शुरू करें. Okay, so just sit straight. We'll do a short cleansing. Subrat, do you have, like, you know, I've been talking about women so much. I wanted to check with Subrat. Do you have any other example? We can discuss about men as well. Or you are good for now? Okay. I have. Would you like to say? Unmute करूँ क्या मैं आपको? 1 second. Which one to unmute? Ask to unmute.
Yeah. Hello, hi. So you're talking about same experiences, right? And how we bring those back in our life. So I think, yeah, we don't stop experiencing it just once. It just creates a trauma. So I have experiences with when it comes to relationship, like you were talking about this girl who had
Yeah.
faced a childhood trauma. Yeah. So even similarly, when it comes to dating men, and
Mhm.
yeah, I feel that, you know, more or less the same will happen again, and
Right.
again you have to move on and look for another man. So yeah, that kind of an experience I keep attracting in my life.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. And
Yeah.
see, the whole idea of explaining things or giving examples is that you understand how you have been doing this unknowingly,
Yeah.
right? And then we start saying that things don't change.
Yeah.
So when you are a powerful creator, but then
Yeah.
the choice that you are making is probably going wrong. The energy and time that you're spending in your past
Mhm.
or fearing about what has happened.
Yeah.
And being in that vibrationally aligned state is again creating that situation for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing that you know, we discussed with Sumita was like, if you can create a projection of a good life for yourself and you start believing that this is the life that I deserve, you know, you will be able to create that kind of life.
Yes. Sometimes what I feel is, yeah, I mean, sometimes it is easy to project it. You know, you are able to dwell on that thought for some time, but these past experiences again supersede, and somehow they just take over your
Yeah.
visualization, and it just, the picture gets blurred and it just get cluttered with your past again. Even if you sit quietly and, you know, visualizing things the way you want, it feels good for some moments, but वो पीछे से ऐसे हिंदी मूवी के विलन जैसे वो पास्ट एक्सपीरियंसेस वापस आते हैं, and they just take away your visualization, you know, away from the screen, and
Yeah,
वैसे होता है.
because you
Yeah.
spent less time doing this.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know, so the more see, when we are healing, I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about like 20-25 years of visualization that you've constantly, you know, done.
Hmm.
So when you are doing this visualization, you, like, you know, you do it you increase the frequency of it. You have to
Okay.
train your mind to be in that state for a longer and longer period.
Uh-huh. But does it also throw a challenge of resistance? Maybe the more number of times you see it, you start creating resistance. Oh my God, whether this will happen or not happen, whether this will manifest or not. Then you start doubting it. And anyway, the villain is standing there behind behind the scene. So
Yeah.
basically,
So self-doubt, like I said, when I was, I don't know if you were there, when I was young and people used to click my picture, I used to see that picture and I used to feel, no, that's not me. I'm far more better than this. I was young, I was like very young, but I always used to feel I'm far more better than what the camera is capturing.
okay.
And also, when I used to do visualization, or in my studies also, I always used to feel, I'm far more deserving than what I'm getting this. And I always used to say, mera time aega, I will be able to do it, I will be able to do it. So the narrative that you keep telling yourself, and you will have to train yourself to believe in yourself. See, sometimes your outer situation is such that they have broken you down to pieces, right? Now, nobody is going to come and build you up. There is no Prince Charming coming and, building your life. It's a big lie that the entertainment industry and these books have, thrown कि कोई आएगा and आपको बचाएगा. कोई नहीं आएगा, आपको खुद को बचाना है.
Yeah.
And that is only possible when you start believing in your life, when you start believing that you deserve better, right? So वो narrative कैसे आपको अपने लिए बनाना है? कैसे, what you need to supply to your brain. See, your brain is just a machine.
Yeah.
Whatever you are saying or asking it to do, it will do. And then it becomes an autopilot. उसको पता है कि ये सोचेंगे अभी, and then I have to go to that memory. I have to stay in that memory. I have to give that vivid explanation, and then I will come back. Now, why? Now, in order to unlearn this, you are doing this visualization, erasing it. Now, this, if you try for we are going to do this for 14 days, but this technique is going to be with you forever. We connected, I think 2 years back, 2 to 3 years back, or more than that. If some of this you would have continued doing, things would have changed. Yeah. See, all these techniques, you are paying for this technique once, but this is there for you lifetime. अब आपको समझ में आ गया क्या करना है. जो भी मैं बात बता रही हूँ, ये आपको समझ में आ गया कैसे हो. Now utilize this to build something better for you. Create something amazing for yourself. It is up to you. Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
So thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so this was Vyasangi. Subrat is Subrat. Subrat ने भी आंसर नहीं किया है. ठीक है. So let's move on to creating the visualization and doing a cord cutting. Again, this exercise that we are going to do is going to be there with you for life. Is अच्छे से समझ लो, and then you can repeat it again and again. In fact, अभी 14 days के लिए ये रहेगा. So cord cutting you can do whenever you want to. So visualize you're sitting under a waterfall of light. A beautiful, beautiful waterfall of light. If you've ever seen a waterfall, if not, then think of a picture or a movie scene where you've seen a waterfall. Just visualize you're sitting under it. It's a beautiful, cool waterfall of light, liquid healing light, with properties of healing all the negative garbage, all the psychic garbage within you. And just flowing freely from the top of your head, going all the way down, drenching your entire body. Feel the cool sensation all around your body. Slowly and gently bring your attention, awareness, a few inches above your head. This is where your soul resides. This is where your higher soul resides. And now, as you become aware of this point of light, your connection with your higher soul, or that knowing all, increases. It has all the information about your life. It knows what are the lessons. It is always looking after you, guiding you. And this beautiful waterfall of light is now bringing in the energies of the higher soul, increasing the soul energy within you. You are all powerful, all knowing, a creator of your own life. So be it. You say, I am that I am. Now be aware of this beautiful point of light radiating all around you. Is connected with the energies of all the great ones, the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, the divine Father, divine Mother, going all the way up to the God consciousness. You're all connected. You're being observed. You're being watched over. Just take in a deep breath and allow this energy to reach to every area, every point, every part of your body that needs healing, physical healing, emotional healing, mental healing. Be aware of your crown. Your crown chakra is activated. Be aware of your heart. Your heart chakra is activated. Now visualize a beautiful beam of light radiating outward from your heart, falling onto a big white screen. Be aware of the person that you want to heal your relationship with, including yourself, and project all the negativity that have been projected onto you as a daughter, a wife, and any relationship that is very close to you. Be aware of all the projections about how you are, who you are, what you are capable of, what is expected of you, that have been said to you, that are not serving your highest good. You project all of them. If you're not able to see much, just say all the thought forms, emotions across all time, dimension, space, and reality projected onto me in a negative way. I'm projecting them out of my system. They do not belong to me. They are just projections. Okay, just see them on the whiteboard. Take a few moments. Allow the heart to expel out all these projections from your system. They're being gathered from your physical memory, from your emotional memory, from your mental memory, even from your karmic memory. All of these thought forms, all of these projections are out onto the whiteboard. With the blessings of God, with the blessings of my teacher, all is possible. Your limitation are not the limitation of the teacher, of the higher beings. Take a deep breath, and as you breathe out, let all this dirty gray energy be there onto the whiteboard. Okay? Now be aware of all the people that you want to cut cords with. Visualize them on the whiteboard. These people are not part of you. They are outside of you. So if you've been holding their energy, especially the toxic negative energy projected by them, you are now flushing it out onto the whiteboard. So just visualize all the negative, unauthorized, illegal cords, emotional cords that you've had with these specific people are gently being projected out from your solar plexus, which is below your heart chakra, somewhere around the center of the rib cage. And all this dirty, diseased energy, all this negative emotional cords are being released now. Visualize your right hand as a knife or as a sword and just say cut, cut, cut 3 times. And as you disconnect these emotional cords, negative emotional cords with these people, again, channel some more positive divine energy into your system and allow the areas from where these cords were removed to be full of this divine energy and sealed. They're sealed. Okay. And visualize beautiful golden pink light sealing and healing the areas from which these cords were pulled out from your system. You're full of love. Once again, we look at these people and just say your negativity has no space in my energetic field anymore. Okay? Say it with love. Say it with gratitude. Thank you for serving your purpose. Thank you for helping me identify that I required this healing. You've served your purpose. Go in peace. Atma Namaste. And visualize these people merging with light. They're becoming light. Similarly, visualize this whiteboard and you can use your hand to erase those memories. Or again, you can project a lot of pink and gold onto the whiteboard so that all this gray energy that you've projected is now transmuted into pink and gold. Your entire whiteboard is covered with pink and gold energy. It's vibrating with the energy of love. Every sadness, sad event, unhappy event, tragic event, traumatic events of your life are gently being erased. These are just memories which are not serving your highest good. So just say, I release them. Thoroughly, completely, permanently release them. Take a few seconds to erase and paint them into pink and gold. Okay, visualize this entire whiteboard turned into pink and gold, vibrating at a higher frequency, and it is disconnected of you. And now I want you to project. Once again, project positive events and positive outcomes that you would want to see in your relationship, either with yourself or with others. Just visualize your relationship with this person or with yourself improving. You're seeing yourself in positive light. You're seeing yourself to be full of creativity, full of success, full of abundance and prosperity, and growing and evolving into your best version. You are doing the things that you love. You are excelling in whatever you are doing. You are a unique person doing the things that doing things that make you truly unique. Yeah, take a deep breath and just fill your entire system with this energy of positivity, success, abundance, and goodness. Just deeply inhale and share it with each and every person in the group. May all of you be blessed with the energy of love, with the energy of success, prosperity, abundance, with the energy of beautiful relationship, understanding, compassion, and happiness in your life. So be it. Exhale and share with the person. Once you're done, open your eyes with a big, big smile. Let's give thanks to the Supreme God. We thank you. Divine Father, Mother, we thank you. To all the angels helping us release this negativity out of system. We thank you all in full faith. So be it, so be it, so it is. How are you guys feeling? Wonderful. Share your experience on the group. Whatever you appreciates in your life.
I'm feeling much better. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to ask something.
sure.
When we मतलब हम जो प्रोजेक्शन करते हैं पहले नेगेटिव थिंकिंग वाला, तो मेरे को ये पूछना था कि जो भी मैं सोलमेट के लिए कर रही हूँ, तो जो भी रिश्ते आते हैं तो उसके रिगार्डिंग मेरे को पहले बहुत अग्रेसिवनेस होता था, और मैं किसी को भी मिलती थी तो मेरे को पसंद नहीं आता था। वो सब जो भी नेगेटिव थिंकिंग है वो मैं पहले प्रोजेक्ट करती हूँ, फिर इरेज करके जो भी पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग अभी मतलब माइंड में जो भी चल रहा है वो करती हूँ। वो सही टेक्निक है मतलब?
खुशहाली, आपका माइक बहुत डिस्टरबेंस क्रिएट कर रहा है, तो आप एक जगह थोड़ा सा पकड़ लो माइक एंड देन यू स्पीक.
हेलो.
हाँ,
हाँ, एक्चुअली मैं जब प्रोजेक्शन हम करते हैं तो मेरे मन में जो भी नेगेटिव थॉट है और रिगार्डिंग सोलमेट में जिसको भी अभी तक मिली हूँ 15-30 जितने भी बंदे हैं, तो उनके रिगार्डिंग मेरे माइंड में कहीं ना कहीं कोई थॉट है कि मैं क्यों मिली वो सब कुछ, तो उसको मैं इरेज करती हूँ। और फिर जब हम पॉजिटिव थॉट डालते हैं, मतलब जैसे मेरे को चाहिए बंदा और मेरे में जो भी इम्प्रूवमेंट आ रहा है वो सही टेक्निक है, ये मेरे को पूछना था.
okay, so for your soul, yes, you can release all the fear of rejection. That
Yes.
is important. So fear of rejection is one thing that you need to identify and project and heal within yourself.
Yes.
And the second thing is low self-esteem. Somewhere it impacts your self-esteem. And also every rejection is your creation. So so just be aware, why am I rejecting myself?
Okay.
Why do I have that fear of rejection? Why do I feel that कि मैं इस चीज के लिए fit नहीं हूँ, या I'm not up to the mark? So that fear, that you identifying with the rejection needs to go. So when you are doing the positive projection, you do that. You have started loving yourself.
Yes.
Right? And you are your favorite person, and anybody who is with you will feel that vibe.
ओके मतलब मैं फ्यूचर का कोई पर्सन को अट्रैक्ट नहीं कर रही हूँ, लेकिन वो विजुअलाइज कर सकते हैं कोई भी एक बंदा, मतलब जो भी पिंक एनर्जी आ रही है उसमें से.
Yeah, and yes, you can see the thing is when you are vibrating at your highest energy, what you can visualize is that the right person gets attracted to that kind of energy.
यस.
Yeah.
ओके.
Okay. Good.
और ये मैम और एक चीज पूछ रही थी, ये रिपीटेड सेशन मेरे को ये वापस करना होता है तो कितने घंटे बाद करना चाहिए?
ये फिर से करना होगा, क्या कह रहे हैं आप? सेशन
अभी जो आपने करवाया वो ही मेरे को रिपीट करना है विजुअलाइजेशन, तो मैं 12 आवर्स का गैप कितने गैप में कर सकती हूँ वापस?
इसमें कोई ऐसा गैप का नहीं है. विजुअलाइजेशन यू कैन you can overdo.
ओके 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 फाइन, थैंक यू सो मच.
You're welcome, but you have to believe yourself. That's it. Okay. Thank you, everyone. We'll connect again tomorrow, same time, with lots more energy. Okay. So do share your feedback, and we will connect again tomorrow. Namaste.